What's up? This is a review of the Spyderco Native 5 Lite. So to start with, the handle is definitely the most appealing part of this thing. It's got a short blade, but I like it. I mean, it's thick. And one thing that I don't like about most other Spydercos is that big bump they have right here. I'm not a fan of that. It just doesn't do it for me. I like this one. It doesn't really look as much like a Spyderco, but that, you know, is a dead giveaway. It's got S30V steel in it. Super good knife steel. When I bought this knife, the day I bought it, it was just razor sharp. And then I've sharpened it a few times. It's not been sharpened a ton, but several times. I typically just use this work sharp knife sharpener. I don't use the guard. I just have the buffing belt on there and just hit it a couple licks on either side and it's good to go. I'll just tell you, if you're an outdoorsman and you clean animals, get the Spyderco Native without this grip. This grip is an absolute nightmare if you clean a deer. That's the only real complaint I have about this knife for me, is that, I mean, you can look down in there, it's just cracks, and it works great. I mean, you can have a super good grip on whatever you're doing, and like, you can get through a deer, and even if it is full of that fat that they have in them, you still have a really good grip of the knife. But after you're done, the only way I could see to get it out is like a toothbrush or something. It really gets in there. It holds its edge really good. It just feels good. And I've got kind of smaller hands, but this knife fits my hands really good. That's one of the main reasons. That's one of the things I like about it the most, is the fit for me. You can choke way up on it for skinning. I hold it like this when I'm skinning a deer, and I can go to town. Now, something else that I really like about this knife is this. This is super beefy on this thing. I mean, watch this. If you want to pull it up, you got to pull it up. I mean, it clips, and it's just hardy and super thick, and it's rock solid. From the time I get it out of my pocket, I can have it open, ready to work with it, whatever I need to do. This thing is ambidextrous, so if you're right-handed and you like tip up, you can leave it the way it comes. If you're right-handed and you like tip down, you can take these 3 screws out, replace your clip onto this side, replace the screws, and then you can carry this way. Or if you're left-handed, something a lot of people don't do is you can do it on this side, either way you want to. So if you're a left-handed guy and you like the tip down or the tip up, you're okay. You can do it. You don't have to carry it in your back pocket or right pocket or whatever. The finish on the blade is nice. It's just super smooth. It almost doesn't even feel like metal. It feels like glass. I like the ridges they put on the back of this. I like the grip down here. Really nice. My fingers just fit in there so nice. And your thumb lands right where you want it to. Just so ergonomic, man. You can pick this thing up on Amazon right now, this exact knife, for 94 bucks. It's made in the USA. That's something that's hilarious about it to me is, let's get to focus, Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. That's funny. I like showing that to my buddies. And this black plastic handle, it is just rock solid. I mean, you can't phase this thing. It doesn't even feel like plastic. It feels like titanium or something. The actual cutting edge, it's about 2.5. You got over an inch of beef straight up and down. One thing that did happen to me, and I don't know what I did with it, right here on the tip of this knife, right on the edge, which I've worked it out now with sharpening, there was a kink in it to where I chipped it on something, and just a tiny little piece of the knife chipped, and I'm not really sure why that happened. I mean, I may have been horsing with it, but that's something that you should know. So let's do a test. Let's take this wet rock and lightly lose the edge. Let's see what happens. I think you could still clean a deer with it. Let's take the work sharp, and give it a couple hits on this. And we're back in business now. I want it a little sharper than that even. The tip too, it's got a really keen tip on it. You can just dig right into stuff. Pretty easy. Alright, that's a review of the Spyderco Native 5 Lite.